All right, guys. So today we're just going to make a... well, this is kind of perfect for Age of Empires bug video. We're starting off immediately with whatever that is. Looks like a villager walking with a stick. Anyway, so just want to get out of the way just some quick bugs about the game and things that, you know, we hope to get fixed, as well as maybe some quality of life possible updates in the future. One of the very first things I want to look at and you know, talk about is the group wheel. For whatever reason, the group wheel in this game it's got some sort of input delay. So notice that this is me clicking it as fast as I can, and this is the result. Now the other wheel is basically instant. Like you can click it to the point where it doesn't even fully close. It just reopens itself. For some reason, the group tab just doesn't have that. There's another bug right there. As fast as you click it, it only goes like a certain speed. I don't know how to explain it. It just has some sort of weird input lag or latency that makes it so that, you know, using groups really isn't viable. You know, in a fast-paced game, which is, you know, all RTSs are. So hopefully they, you know, it can be fixed to where, you know, the left bumper comes up as fast as the normal trigger does. Because this one, I mean, look at this. It doesn't even close all the way. You can, it opens and closes like immediately. It's like on a hair trigger. And you know, I would argue that the group tab should be just as fast, if not faster, than the normal wheel, because when you're trying to use groups mid-combat, it's kind of very important for it to be very fluid. The next thing would be the D-pad. So for the quick find press behavior, the D-pad option has a buggy, slow reaction. So then the best way to explain this is, so if you want to use the option in here, where is it? Down here, we scroll to controls. So, it's called the quick find, press, and hold behavior. The best option in theory is the one on the far right end, which is press, cycle, single units, double press, select all, local, hold, select all, global. So it's that would be, in theory, the best controls you could have. The problem is when you use these controls, for whatever reason, when you say tap down on the D-pad. Now, you guys can't see it, but I'm trying to make it so you guys can hear it, maybe. You guys hear that click? That's the controller. And then it goes to the TC, like, so much later. And it's a problem. I mean, when you're trying to do something quickly, you can't have... I mean, I would argue it's almost a full 1.5 seconds to 2 seconds of delay between actually going to what you're clicking. So if they could fix that, that option would actually be amazing. But for right now, the best option is the one next to that, which is press, select all, local, hold, select all, global. So that's the controls we use now. But if they could fix that, if it could be fixed to where, you know, it's actually more responsive, that would be absolutely amazing. The next thing, now this is one of the top bugs for me that it just makes playing almost just awful. So this is called the marquee. When you hold in the A button on the controller, you get this little painting function. You can make it bigger, smaller, whatever. So the problem is if you're clicking it too fast, like one after another, like you're doing quick commands or whatever, and then you accidentally like press it maybe one too many times, there's no feature for this. What happens is it gets stuck open and you have to spam a bunch of buttons on your controller to get it unstuck. And the way this happens from what my testing is, if you tap A, then tap A again right afterwards, sometimes I'd say a fifth of the time, it'll get stuck open. And when you're trying to like paint over groups of units, it's gonna happen. So hopefully that can get fixed, because the painter, you know, the marquee, getting stuck open is a huge problem, especially when you're trying to micro in big engagements. So hopefully Yeah, there goes again. Hopefully they can fix this because, you know, in your middle of a battle and this gets stuck open, you can't click or do nothing. You have to like spam a bunch of buttons on your controller real quick to get rid of it. So again, hopefully that gets fixed. It's one of the biggest gripes for me right now is that painter bug. The big guy with the stick's actually just kind of funny. The next thing is sticky selection. So this, while in theory should be an amazing thing for controller players, the sticky selection and magnetism, unfortunately, it is not. You simply cannot use this in any form of competitive play. And what we have found and what through my testing has resulted in is the reason you can't use this. Let's just put it on 5% just for now. Is it doesn't matter how low you put it. You can put it on 1%. Yeah, you saw that right there. Doesn't matter how far away you are or whatever, the magnetism doesn't change. You can put it on, yeah, I mean, that is ridiculous magnetism. So what I have found is for the magnetism percentage, it's not how far away, I mean, look, that's almost that's grids away. It's not how far away your cursor is from the unit or structure or whatever it is that's being magnetized to. It's the speed at which your cursor locks onto whatever the magnetism decides to lock onto. So the solution to this would be to either have it have some sort of I'm not sure what the wording would be here. Just some sort of curve to where when you lower the percentage, it not only lowers the percent at which it attracts, but the attract distance. Either do that with the enable attraction bar that we have right here, this slider, or preferably you add a second slider for enable attraction distance. And that would solve so many problems. And it would actually make the reticle snap and attraction useful in game. We could make it so that, it doesn't do, this, where I'm just going by and it just immediately sucks onto the unit. That right there is just beyond ridiculous. It's too much. It's way too much. And that's 5%. 1% does the exact same thing. But I would love to be able to use snap reticle and attraction. I think it'd be a very, very useful thing, especially when you're on controller trying to select a quick villager or one single unit out there. But we just don't have that option. It just sucks from way too far away, unfortunately. The next, also for some reason, when it doesn't scale with when you're zoomed out very well. For some reason, instead of it scaling to the reticle itself and to the unit, it scales like, I don't know how to explain it, like in real time. So when you're zoomed out further, it doesn't suck in from as far away. So maybe that's something they can look into. So it actually has the curve depending on your zoom level. So there's another thing. The other thing that this hopefully gets fixed as well. So the cool thing that has been added, if you hold right bumper, it zooms it on the map and you can zoom around the map. Now this is great. I love this feature. Other RTSs on console have this feature. Problem is, say there's something happening up north, or I got to look up north. I start looking up north. And I pull in the map, right? It stops. It doesn't matter what I'm doing. If I pull up the map mid motion, it stops my camera, and I have to let go of the stick and then remove the stick. It almost makes it unusable in a quick scenario, because how often am I going to be doing something? Stop, right bumper, and then start doing what I want to do. Or, as I said before, I'm in mid-motion, and I pull up the right bumper, and boom, stops. And I got to let go of the stick and then redo it again. So hopefully that gets fixed. It's obviously a problem. And again, these are just little things, but they add up to an experience at the highest level that's unfortunate. And I'm sure it's at other places. Just casual gaming, it's an annoyance that hopefully can be fixed. So another thing that hopefully can be, I guess it would be more, not really a bug, it's more of a, what do you call it, a quality of life update, is the formation command in this game. I'm hoping that you can make it so that it's a priority. So say you're in an engagement and you've got a bunch of horses, scouts, whatever units, archers, and you're in the middle of a fight. it'd be really cool if you could actually attack move and then use the formation command to like split your army, unsplit, split, unsplit. The problem is if your unit is already in attack move, or if it's on aggressive and it's nearby any units, the aggressive stance overpowers the formation. So your unit actually won't go into a formation while it's being aggroed onto a structure or a unit. It overrides it. And it'd be really cool to do it with like archers or whatever. So they're like, middle of a fight, or scouts. You can immediately split while they're engaging. And so I think that'd be pretty awesome. Now, this isn't really a bug, but it definitely needs fixed. This next thing here. The villager priorities. Now, the auto eco, I think a great job was done on it. However, something that's really overlooked is, say I tell this villager to go and build a house, and then another villager pops out of my TC. What happens is if I have any sort of auto eco on, that villager, if it's on its way to building the house, will actually stop mid-movement and then move away. Or if I'm telling villagers to go over here to build a castle next to my opponent's base, I have to fight them or turn off auto eco in order for them to actually go there and do that, because otherwise they'll stop 10 times. I got to keep moving them back and forth, trying to get them actually over to where I want them to go. Or if I tell them to chop a tree or long harvest, deer or something, if I give a villager a specific task, whether it be build a wall, harvest, do anything, the specific task that I've given it should override the auto eco, and that would make things so much better. And then of course I don't know what the problem is here, but when you have auto eco on with food, the villagers will kill every single cow, sheep, whatever around your TC. If there's an alive one, they will kill it instead of actually taking them one at a time. I hope that's something that can be fixed. Otherwise, auto eco early on is just you're fighting against it, and it's really annoying. So this is more of a wish. So a wish for me for the game, this isn't a bug, this isn't a quality of life, this is more of a wish for Xbox players from me, would be a selection, say for, it doesn't matter, any unit that you could put. Now it'd be just like stand ground. So basically stand ground, you call it like stand ground plus or something silly. It doesn't matter, anything you want. So you have the scout, or the bunch of archers, and you do stand ground plus. And what that is the exact same thing as stand ground, but when I use all military, so whatever my button is for all military, for me it's left on the D-pad, it won't be selected within the all military until I've told that unit to do something besides, or I take it out of the stand ground plus command. So basically, it's a hold ground command or a stand ground command that takes it out of the all unit. So I can put archers near a tree line and then micro elsewhere on the map and keep all uniting without having to worry about those units moving away from that location. Obviously on PC this would be pretty strong, but on Xbox it'd be just a great feature to have, and it would make it so that controller players could be more competitive and worry about microing their units and economy instead of actually having to select all kinds of different things at different times. I think that'd be a really cool feature to have. More of a wish list type thing. Other RTSs on console have it. Be great to have it on here. So another wishful feature, again, this is, I guess you call it an anti-micro thing. So it's just something that takes less micro out of the game, which I don't agree with, but I know people that do want this from other RTSs on console. So say you have archers. If you could take those archers and then we'll just call it attack move plus. Again, the name's irrelevant. So it's like attack move, but say I have archers here and my opponent has units here and they're chasing. So they're like spearmen or whatever. They're chasing the archers or scouts. I could take the archers and attack move plus away from those units. And what it would do is the archers would move, and as soon as they've reloaded their bows, they'll turn and shoot. They'll move, they'll reload their bows and shoot without having the Xbox player to actually have to click attack move, attack move, or move and then attack move back, move attack move back, move attack move back. Again, it takes the micro out of the game, but this is something that I know that some people do want that have played other RTSs in the past on console. That can make things a little easier, especially since most PC players and Xbox players agree that using archers on Xbox is a little bit more of a hassle than it is on PC. And I don't really see any PC players that are going to complain about this because, you know, any help toward Xbox players staying on the game and wanting to play more is a plus in my book. And for me, I think that's really it for right now. I'm sure there's other things that I'm not thinking of, but in terms of bugs and the other thing, the audio bug, please. I really hope that gets fixed sometimes. And the thing is, it could be different types of audio. It could be weapon sounds. It could be voices. It could be chopping trees, hitting material, or just the sound of units being built. Sometimes it's all of them. Sometimes it's a combination, but the sounds literally just disappear from the game right off the rip. And you have to turn off the game, exit the game from the dashboard, and then go back into it. That's the only way that I know of right now to fix it, and it sucks, and it happens at random. But other than that, I think that's it. This is just my thought process on the bugs and possible quality of life options for the game. And whether or not you guys agree with me, you know, let me know in the comments. Either way, hope to see you guys out there. And I guess I'll see you guys next time.